Josh, where are we today?
So today we are at the Festival of Business at Six Ways Stadium. So we're on tour. This is pretty wild.
Pod on tour.
I genuinely can't believe how many cables are involved in this. It's ridiculous.
I was watching you set up and I was like, I think this is potentially the most cables we've ever used for an expo.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Maybe even for a shoot.
Nah, we've used more on a shoot before, but everything's smaller. Everything's so much more like compact, including the sofa.
Yeah, it's very cozy here.
We've gone for small scale because our stand it will only fit this sofa, not the sofa that I wanted to bring. But in hindsight, we could have had it, but there we go.
It's fine. We make it work.
Exactly.
We wanted to do something a little bit different because we've done expos as Middlebrook Productions before, but we've never done one as Midlands Podcast Studio.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, what's like for a podcast studio? You could have a stand and you could have some roller banners and like you could have some vouchers or whatever. We were like, let's do a podcast.
Exactly.
So I think I came to you and was like, I've got an idea. I don't know technically how it's going to work. And then you just built a traveling setup.
Yeah. It's always kind of interesting when you know you're going to an expo, but you've packed a sofa. It definitely it was a bit strange. So I took the sofa home with me last night. Turned up this morning, opened the back, and it's like usually we have like a TV, but Jack brought the TV. So I opened the back and I've just got sofa, cushions, one box with some cables in it,
and a load of soundboard.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think it's good because it now means that we've got the capability to take the podcast anywhere we need to.
Yeah, exactly.
So if people want to do a podcast, but they, maybe have an office full of people that they don't want to travel to the studio or they're based a bit further away, we've now got the capability to take the podcast to them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's making it easier for, those people that can't travel or they don't need to bring their entire office over. Yeah. Then we can bring it to them. And it also gives a change of scenery as well. So
yeah. And I quite like the idea of like just doing a podcast with everything around and being like, we're just going to work on the fly.
Yeah.
And we're just going to go for it and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
definitely.
My goal today is to get as many people as possible to come and do a micro podcast. So they're going to come, sit down, 5-10 minute chat. And then within a week or so, we're going to send them an episode. Yeah. That they could just have, put on their own socials, use their own
marketing. We want people to promote this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Promote themselves. And in doing that, it promotes this. It's a win-win.
It is. It's like, and also, selfishly, I just like to sit and chat to people, which is all an expo is anyway.
I did think, I was like, I wonder if I'll get to do any, but I feel like you're going to, I'm going to go.
Welcome to.
I'm going to go grab people and then I'm just going to be like, oh, Tish, just talk to Tish.
Am I going to end up in a queue? A queue of people just like waiting. They have put us right next to the coffee, which is a really good idea.
That is a bonus. Yeah. Although I'm not coffeed up yet. So
I know.
I'm not ready.
Believe it or not, this is us uncaffeinated at all.
Oh, God.
This just shows what we're like when we are caffeinated.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're just running on like waking up at 5 a.m. energy.
Yeah, I'm running on porridge and honey, which will get me through to about 11. But then I think that's when the caffeine is required.
What kind of honey though?
I'm not picky.
You're not picky?
No, I like to get organic honey. That feels right.
Yeah. But I feel like once you start, this is a right tangent. Once you start having like local honey, you can't go back.
To be fair, I would like that, but I'm a very simple shopper. Yeah. So I see honey, I buy honey.
That's true, and plus I do like the little squeezy bottles because then it doesn't get everywhere. Yes.
Yeah, but you could in theory clean those out and then
you could
reuse them.
You could
because
sustainability.
This is it. This is the world we live in now.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, that's a bit of a tangent.
That was a bit of a tangent. I just, can you tell I haven't had breakfast yet? My brain's like, honey.
Well, out the corner of my eye, just behind that camera there, I've literally got all the coffee. So I'm seeing items come out and I'm like, ooh, What are they bringing out now? Is that ready? Can I go over there? There's milk.
Can we get coffee?
I don't know if there's actually coffee yet,
I don't
though.
think so.
There's hot water. There's milk.
We'll
some
get
sugar.
Jack to grab us a coffee if we're sat doing this podcast for too long. Then it's fine. But so Festival of Business. So it is sort of from my top networking.
Yes.
I don't know if we've mentioned top networking on the podcast.
No.
Properly between us before.
Yeah.
Or networking in general. So when I started with the business, you'd already been networking for like
far too many years.
A decade. Maybe it might have been.
It might have been. I definitely showed my face for at least that long.
You were very well known. I remember the first day. Well, two stories. One was the first day I ever went networking.
Yeah.
And two was the first expo I ever went to with you.
Yes.
The first expo I ever went to with you, it took us half an hour to make it from one end of the room to the other just to try and get to coffee. We weren't even trying to talk to anyone because everyone was like, "Oh, Josh, while you're here." And I was like, "Okay, this is great, but like I haven't had any coffee yet. I could really do with some." And then the first day networking, I just remember being so shocked at what it was because I'd never done anything like it before. I hadn't been allowed to.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first day?
I remember my exact first networking experience.
Yeah.
It was a BNI group, and I met a will writer called John Owens.
Yeah.
I'm sure John is still about because I have met up with him about a couple of years ago. I'm sure John's still going. So good to
Hi,
see
John.
Yeah, hey John. Hopefully you're listening.
I'll just send it to him.
But he was like one of like my very first sort of commercial clients.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I go to this thing called BNI. It's this fun sort of networking group. There's lots of people there. You can tell them about your business." And he really sold it as like this really calm, chilled environment. And then I turn up, bearing in mind I'm like probably like 18 at the time.
Yeah.
And also I used to be really shy, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So I turn up.
does help with that a lot.
So I turn up at this like networking event. And there's like 50 people and they're like, "Yeah, so what we're going to do is we just go around the room and everyone gets to stand up and say 60 seconds about themselves while everyone else listens." And I was like, oh my God, what have I done? But then I'm too scared to leave.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you've just got to commit.
Like, yeah. So I was like, oh, I could see it coming around. My heart was like flying out the door.
Did they do it in order as well? Because some places do it in order and some do it in random order.
I prefer random.
I prefer in order because I can prep.
See, I don't want preparation. Well, I did then. Back then, I had my sheet of paper. I'd printed it out on there, like, what's my name? What do I do?
My name's Job. Josh.
Also, I don't particularly read very well either, so I'm like skipping around the stuff, stuttering over my words. I'm like, this is awful. But anyway, I got through it. Thought that was terrifying, but I could see the benefit to it. Oh, Jack, you absolute legend.
Oh my goodness.
We
have delivered coffee.
Excellent.
Thank you. The benefits of having your editor with you whilst you're at an expo.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Right, I'm not gonna sip that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had it was terrifying, but I could see the benefit to it, and I could see like lots of business being like passed around the room, and I was like, if at the time I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to spend that sort of money.
Because you were still like freelancing more or less.
Yeah, exactly. So I was still figuring out what I was doing even. So it wasn't until probably about 3 years later that I then revisited the same group. Because just because I didn't like think to look about, I was just like, that's what I know.
Yeah.
So I went back to the same group and then eventually joined, did that for a little while. The group changed. Wasn't a fan of it, moved on to a different group, and then just sort of then I was on like the networking role.
It does happen like once you get into networking. So I remember my first day networking, you were like, right, we're going to go to a networking meeting that was very similar format to that. but it was at 6:45 in the morning. But you were going with me, so I was like, okay, that's fine. And I was like, okay, there's a chance I may have to do the 60 seconds. So, but I hadn't like prepped anything because I was like, well, I'm going with Josh. Josh will say the 60 seconds and I'll just say, hi, I'm Tish. That didn't happen. So we went, it got round to my you did your 60 seconds and then it got round to mine. And I remember standing up and just going, hi. Essentially, I'm Josh's brain. And then just sat down. I was like...
Then it worked.
But everyone in the room, because they know you, was like, checks out. Makes sense. But it was... And then we went to a different kind of networking event straight after that. We went to a buzz networking.
Yeah.
Where
we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
I remember that.
We packed it all into one day. I booked them as well. I don't know why I did this to myself. But so that was very open networking where you just chat to anybody. But they have one moment where they get everyone round and you get 7 seconds to say who you are.
Yes.
And I remember we stood next to each other because we were like, let's maximize this.
Yeah,
let's have 14 between us just by going, hi, we're Josh and Tish. Anyway, and then we can have like a good 13 seconds about the business. And I remember us leaving that, and I think that finished at like 2:00. And I remember turning around to you in the car and being like, I need to go home. I need to go for a lie down because I'm so exhausted. Being that people-y for that long was just exhausting.
Yeah.
But now that I've been networking essentially on a weekly basis for 3.5 years, it's fine.
Yeah, you get used to it, and it is terrifying at first, but you do get used to it in the end.
I've kind of made it my mission now because so for the first 6 months of me like properly being in a room networking and like having my own seat in a room, I refused to make up a 60 seconds on the spot. I would always pre-plan them. I'd always write them on my phone. I'd read them out, or I'd at least have bullet points. And I refused. And it genuinely took, I think that's 6 months or a year before I could start like making them up.
It took me, I reckon it took me like 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. Because there was a little group which we set after my BNI group, which I'd always have something at least on my phone.
Yeah.
Then we formed NFB with Simon Hodgetts, the printer.
Yes.
So I think he's here today.
He is here.
We're going to try and get Simon in.
Oh, yes. I desperately want
Simon
to
would
sit
be
on
brilliant.
the sofa. He'd be
Anyway,
amazing.
so Simon was running that group, and so we had NFB, and then that ran for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. And all of that time I was reading off my phone.
Oh
I'm not sure when it changed. I think it was around the time I think I met Matt Crump.
Now it's the opposite, and I cannot get you to plan a 60 seconds.
I know.
I've tried and you won't.
It's because I think it's more engaging giving eye contact.
Yes.
So when you like give eye contact to somebody, that's a really weird way of putting it. What am I trying to say?
When you make eye contact.
When you make eye contact with somebody.
You give them eye contact. Here you go.
It's that weird. Why do we make eyes?
Oh.
Make.
Let's not have a conversation about literary structure.
Anyway, so you make eye contact.
Yeah.
And that feels so much more like engaging. If you lock eyes with somebody, they're like, oh, I better listen.
And I kind of make this a point now that like when other people are doing 60 seconds to try and look at them and be like, yeah. And like nod a lot. It's the same as when we do interview stuff with people where like my job is to sit there and give them feedback visually so they feel like they're not on their own.
Yeah.
And so I try and make a point of doing that now with other people doing 60 seconds in networking, because I'm like, all you need is that one friendly person that's like smiling and nodding at you to make you feel a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's a scary environment to go into. So I remember the first time I ever met Shaquila from Collab Socials, and she came into a networking group that I was in, and I'd walked in the room, she was already there, and she was sat down. And everyone else normally walks in, grabs a coffee, stands around, chats for ages, and eventually sits down. Yeah. And I remember being like, right, I'm going to go make a coffee, and then like, I'll go see if she wants to. But by the time I'd done that, Matt Crump had already gone over and was like, come on, come chat to us. But I was like, right, I need to make it easier for new people coming into networking.
Yes.
So, which is part of the reason why I reached out to Rich at Top Networking to ask if I could chair a group.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I've been in that position where it's really scary and it's not always easy to like break into it. So I'm going to try and make that space.
Yeah.
And it's been really nice. I've really enjoyed it. I like really to think that no one's come into like my networking room for my 6 Ways group and found it like nervous or scary or anything. Like, I'm trying to.
Your group's got quite a cool dynamic as well, because obviously isn't it every month?
So we're partnered with Worcester City Women's Football Club, who are based here at 6 Ways Stadium. So we have 6 meetings a year, which are on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Which the first time I heard that, I was like, there's no way I'm getting out of bed on a Sunday. But it's at 11:30. It's all right.
Okay, not too bad then.
And those ones are done. So you do the meeting. You have a little break where you can go to the bar downstairs, get a pint, and then you stay and you watch the football match.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
It's really fun. Cool. And it's a different dynamic because people come to do the sort of business aspect, but then also to get to know people socially.
Yeah.
So you build those relationships a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But that's only for 6 meetings a year. And the rest of them are normal Friday morning breakfast, networking meetings. But I think we had 2 or 3 football match meetings within the first like 5 meetings.
Yeah.
So it was a real proper kickstart into like get to know everyone and really chat to them. And it's just a really nice atmosphere. We've got such a nice mix of people. I am biased.
Obviously.
I am biased slightly, but they are lovely.
It is a cool dynamic though, and like something quite different. And I think that's what makes the individual groups. That's why I quite like Top in terms of there is a format. Yeah. But
it's flexible.
It is there's a bit of flexibility there that allows groups to be able to go and do something like a little bit different.
Yeah. So there's something that we've started trialing in a couple of groups. I know it's been trialed I subbed for you in your Evesham group the other day.
Yeah.
And they trialed something that we're also trialing in 6 Ways, which is adding a section called the clinic.
Yeah.
Where it's basically just opens up the floor to be like, has anyone got any problems they're dealing with in their business at the moment that they just like, they can't quite figure out? Like Rich's was like, I can never get to the bottom of my emails. Like it just, I can't get to it.
I understand that.
Yeah. And so other people were pitching in with some really great advice of like, oh, here's some software I've been using just to try and like filter through emails and things like that.
Yeah.
And it was really nice because it allows everyone in the room to be an expert.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, because everyone's running a business.
Yeah.
We're all trying to do it. So it's just a nice little input.
Yeah. Well, so I feel like we should probably talk a little bit about the expo. I feel like we got really obsessed on networking.
On networking. Well, expo is a form of networking.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's another sort of like it's very much the same sort of realm of.
Yes.
But expo is a little bit different.
You don't quite get as much time.
No.
But you also get more time.
You get, I don't know. Do you get more time? You get more time with the people you want to spend time with, which is good and bad. It's really great when you don't know people. Yeah. But when you know people, you have to be careful to not get too held up with everyone that you already. It's good to catch up with people that you know, but equally you are here to meet new people as well.
Yeah.
And so I struggled with that at the start. I'd always just latch on to anyone that I already knew. Yeah. So I was like, I must speak to you.
I do that as well. I do that. It's like I made a bit of a like, not New Year's resolution, but like a mind switch of like, if I'm going to a networking thing, if I get stuck with someone that I already know, it's okay to turn around to them and go like, I really want to catch up with you, but can we book to go for a coffee? Because I really need to like chat some new people. I'm so sorry. Because they're here for the same reason you are.
Yeah.
No one's here just to have a catch up with friends.
Yeah.
It's all about meeting new people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean we've done a few expos now with varying results of success.
Yes.
But I think this one's already sparked the eyes of a few people.
Yeah.
So and I think it's a really different dynamic. So I think we're gonna get some interesting people on here.
Absolutely. It helps when you have a bit of an obnoxious setup.
Yeah.
I might put in some clips. So Jack is filming as MiddlePod Productions. We're filming the expo today as well. So I know Jack's already got some good shots of the setup. So I might have to put that at the beginning of the podcast so everyone can see the full setup.
We put in the like some of the video, I think, as well, so people can get an idea. People haven't been to an expo before. It's surprising. Somebody who I spoke to yesterday, and I was like, "Yeah, we're going to an expo tomorrow," and they were like, "What's an expo?" I was like, "What? Really?" I think my mum asked what an expo was, and I was like, "Surely you know."
Surely your dad did them back in the day with his photography company.
I don't know if they did. Did.
Insane.
So it's surprising, what people don't know.
Yeah.
When you're in it, you know it.
Yeah, I think I take it for granted that like I know a lot of people, and this is one of the things that I say, again, slightly back on the networking front, that I say to people is like, so even if you look 5 years ago, we were buying our house, and me and my husband James were like, we just don't know anyone. Like we had to get an electrician in, and I was like, okay, let's just find one on Google. Yeah. Whereas now I'm the friend that my friends come to be like, I need a plumber, I need an electrician, I need a solicitor, I need a mortgage advisor, and it's like, great, I need 12 of each. Which one would you like?
Yeah.
It's such a handy thing to have just for that purpose, if nothing else.
And it's great because people in networking, well, we all know now that your reputation matters, because if you start to, you pick up a load of work in the first year and you do loads of rubbish jobs, and you don't treat it well, you'll get a bad reputation within the entire sort of network scene. Yeah. So nobody is going to push and promote anymore, and it's quite interesting. It's like it really makes you think about like how do we appear, like are we like morally correct and everything, like
which is nice because it's a more holistic way of doing business, which I like. And I think that's the nice thing about having an expo that's run by a networking group, I guess, networking company, is that it's built on people who we already know are good.
Yes.
Like you don't just have random Joe Blogs turning up, putting up a stand and like is actually got no like recommendations or anything.
Yeah.
Like I think out of all the stands in this room, we probably know 70% of the people here.
Yeah.
There is quite a few new ones, which is really, because the network is growing massively. But it's nice that you're like, everyone here has a good reputation.
Yes.
So you can walk around and anyone that you do business with in this room is going to be a solid person.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really nice.
Yeah.
But, well, thank you for being my first guest on the travel pod.
On
the travel pod. In the MiddlePod, travel pod. Let's see how the expo day goes.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Catch you later.
Bye.